princesses! Today I'm going to be talking about the Peripera Airy Ink Velvet. I really wish that they put tints or like lipstick at the end of the name because I call them tints, but it's kind of like a half-finished name to me. It's a bit weird. I have previously tried out the Peripera Ink Velvet range, which I really loved, so when I saw that they came out with a more lightweight version, I was really excited to try them too. So the product description says, this lip tint glides on smoothly, offering a vivid colour and soft velvety texture to your lips. The enriched formula keeps your lips looking moist and glossy without feeling sticky. These tints come in the same packaging as the regular version, but the outer plastic is frosted, which makes them look a little bit more unique. It's pretty easy to tell the colours of the tint from the outer packaging too, which is great. They have a really lovely doe foot applicator, and these applicators actually have a small hole in the centre to help with the sheerer application. You can't really see when this is covered in tint though. The wands are a little bit difficult to hold because the tops are small. I tend to drop them quite a lot. There are 5 shades in the collection so far, but I'm sure they will add more. There are some classic K-beauty colours, though I really like the addition of the bright pink. Heart Grapefruit is a bright orange-based red. This shade is very similar to the other red shade in the collection. These tints are super pigmented for the most part and have a super thin texture. They also have a very weird feeling on the lips. It almost feels like glycerin or silicone. It's that same slippery feeling. This means that they're pretty good on dry lips and seem to smooth over most dry patches, though in the lighter shades it can cling. Heart Grapefruit is beautiful on my skin tone, and it is a really beautiful classic orange-based red. Pretty Orange Pink is a pretty peach shade. This shade is on the sheerer side, and it does tend to cling to any dry patches on my lips. This shade is the most disappointing for me. It's just a little bit boring. It is a really pretty colour for me, but it's not one that is super flattering on my dry lips, and it's not one that I reach for in comparison to the other more exciting shades. Sold Out Red is a classic blue-toned red. This is another classic red shade. This time it is blue-based rather than orange-based. Again, this shade suits me nicely and it looks really pretty. I actually prefer this to Heart Grapefruit because the blue tones make my teeth look a little bit whiter. These tints do not dry down to be smudge proof, but they do stain my lips and they last throughout the day quite nicely. They tend to build up around the inside of my lip line, but it's not a huge deal for me. Beautiful Coral Pink is definitely not a coral, but a bright strawberry pink. This is my second favourite shade in the collection and I really love it. I reach for this shade quite a lot, especially if I'm going for a more statement lip rather than a neutral. I tend to gravitate towards pinks more than any other colour of lip products, so it isn't really a surprise to me that I love this shade. Since the formula of the tints are quite sheer, though they're still really pigmented, it can be a little bit difficult to get a crisp lip line for my Cupid's bow. But this aspect makes it really easy to create a cute gradient lip. Elf Light Rose is a beautiful rose shade. This shade is a My Lips But Better shade for me. This is my favourite shade of the collection and it is one that I reach for most. It looks beautiful with a full face of makeup or when I'm just using a tinted moisturiser and a mascara, which makes it the most versatile out of the range. It looks really flattering on my lips, though when you look closely you can see some texture and dry skin. It's not apparent at all from a normal distance and most people do not get that close to my face that they would notice. This reminds me a lot of Charming Coral from the regular Velvet range, but it's a slightly dustier pink. Overall, I think this collection is really pretty. I like all of the colours in the range, though Heart Grapefruit and Sold Out Red are very similar on my skin tone, but at least they are classic colours. Elf Light Rose is definitely my favourite of the collection, followed closely by Beautiful Coral Pink. Pretty Orange Pink is my least favourite because it just looks a little bit average. I don't hate it and I still think it's cute, but I just don't like it as much as the other shades. So I love that these are fairly inexpensive at $6 to $7 each. They have cute and mostly functional packaging. Most of the shades are really beautifully pigmented. They have a super thin texture, which is really good for dry lips. It's very easy to create a full lip colour or a gradient lip colour. I think that the colour range is absolutely beautiful, and they have good longevity and staining power. I don't love that it can be hard for me to hold the wands because they are just a little bit small. I thought the regular Ink the Velvet range from Peripera was my absolute favourite, but these top them. I love the texture and the formula of these products. They're so lightweight, they stain my lips, and they look really flattering on my drier lips. I think that these tints are well suited to any princesses who like this shade range because they are inexpensive and they are going to work with most lip types too. In comparison, the regular Ink the Velvet range is thicker and it can emphasize some flaws on the lips, so I think that if you have quite dry or quite flaky lips, the Airy Ink Velvet is definitely better than the regular Velvet line. I really hope that Peripera introduces some more colours into this range because I would absolutely love some more and I would definitely buy them. So I'd recommend the Peripera Airy Ink Velvet to any princesses who are looking for lip tints that have a beautiful colour range, are super lightweight but still last beautifully throughout the day. Thank you so much for watching this review and I'll see you next time. Bye!